Hey YouTube. So I haven't been on here for a while. I'm enrolled in beauty college and it takes up most of my time. I study and I get on Vampire Freak all the time. But something happened today and it was like a really big deal. And it made me want to make a YouTube video. And I'm gonna start doing like a daily vlog, and it's gonna be mostly about self harm, because I've struggled with this problem since I was about 13 years old, and actually cutting like hardcore started when I was 15. But how it all started was I was abused physically and emotionally and sexually growing up. And not so much sexually, but a lot of the physical and emotional abuse was there. So I seen this girl cutting at my school, and I didn't know why she did it. And I asked her, and she said it gives her a sense of relief. I didn't really understand, and I was like, well, that's kind of dumb. And I thought it was dumb. So I just like blew it off. Well, one day my stepdad used to beat me, and he beat me pretty bad one day, and so I wanted to cut, but I was like too scared of the pain. So then I took a tack and I scraped my skin. Well, it was like that for about 7 months. Then it went to safety pins, like digging it in and scratching, and that went on for like a year, a little over a year. And then I went to taking razors apart, and this is when it really started. I was taking razors apart and cutting, and it would just leave like little cuts everywhere, and they'd be gone in like a week. And it got to the point where the razors went too dull too fast, and they weren't cutting deep enough because they weren't strong enough. And it's hard taking apart a razor, for one, and so I started buying utility razors, like the box cutter thing, and yeah, I've been cutting ever since. And there's been times when I try to stop, but it's like, I mean, if you do it, you understand. It's like it becomes a drug to you, and you don't know why you can't stop. You want to, but you can't. And it's not like an emo thing at all, because, like, I'm not emo. I don't consider myself emo. Yeah, I've got piercings, tattoos, but I don't even know what the term emo means. But I know a cheerleader who cuts. She does it on her ankle so nobody sees it. And I know several people that aren't even remotely emo, and they do it. And it's hard because it's like a coping thing. It's not because you want. Some people do it because they want attention, but most people who do it, like me, I always wear hoodies, and I'm a chubby girl, so I can blame it on, oh, I'm self-conscious about my body, when really I just don't want people to see my gross arms. Anyway, so today well, let's back up a few steps. I just got a nursing job. I'm a home health nurse aide now. I go to people's houses and I take care of them, but I don't have a car, so I work for my mom. Big long story. Anyway, but to become a home health nurse, you have to do a series of things. Like, you have to take a class, and you gotta have a void check, and all this crap. Well, the last thing I had to do was I had to get my shots in a TB test. The TB is a tuberculosis test, and tuberculosis is a lung infection bacteria thing. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but that's what Google said when I Googled it. And so I had to get a test with that. And I was nervous because it's like right here on your arm. And when I cut, I do from my elbow to my wrist. And it's like, it's really bad because I don't do just one cut. I do like over and over and over, and my whole arm will become covered in it. Well, the lady told me at when I took in my paperwork that when I get my TB test, it's going to be right there. And some people told me it was up here on the shoulder, which is fine by me because I don't have any cuts up there. Naturally, I could just pull down my hoodie and But so then I went back there, and I have one arm that the cuts aren't as bad, but this arm I have scars. I have cuts over the scars. I have new cuts, and I cut 2 days before this. So I was nervous. I mean, I'm old. I'm an adult. I'm 18, adult, but I was really nervous that they would, like, my mom knows I do it. She just chooses to ignore it. But I was afraid they would, like, call somebody and get me sent off, or I would lose my job over it, or something like that. Well, then I stuck out this arm, the arm that doesn't have the cuts as bad, and she said, no, 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 you have to do that arm. You have to do it on your right arm. And I was like, great, because my left hand is more dominant, so naturally I cut worse on my right arm. So I've been nervous about this for 2 weeks. I've known that I've had to get a TB test. And I was nervous about my scars. Then I didn't know I was going to get it 2 days later. And I was nervous about my cuts. And, well, she had to get a cotton ball thing, and, like, put alcohol and wash my arm. And, like, you can't miss them. I mean, I'm not going to show my arm, but, they're there. Like, if I don't wear a hoodie, you can see them. They're pretty prominent. And I know she could see them, and she probably had to have felt them. And it was just like I was really nervous because at first she's like, hand me your arm, and I was like, here you go. And first I asked, I was like, can you do it up here? Because I use my new tattoos as an excuse. I'll show you those. But, oh, you can't even see them. New tattoos. Anyway, and I use my new tattoos as an excuse. So I was like, well, I put lotion on, and I can't put it on there. If you're going to check it Monday, it won't be accurate. She said, well, we have to do it on the forearm. And I was like, here. And she did it, and that was it. And I got through it, but I was really scared. Well, my mom saw it, so